Hey everybody, I am back. Had a dream. I'll let you know about that dream. I also wanted to talk about the extreme weather circumstances that we're facing these last couple of weeks. It seems to be a little bit more intense than it used to be. Also, I wanted to bring up a subject with all these mass shootings going on. There's something happening in Orlando, Florida, at Icon Park that should be interesting to everyone. So listen up. First things first. The dream I had. The dream was in an old neighborhood I grew up in, and I don't know why I reflected back to this time frame in life, but I wasn't a child when I was pushed back to the area where I grew up in. However, I noticed that the weather in the dream was to the capacity where you can actually see the tornado crashing through and disrupting the neighborhood coming towards the area where I resided. So it wasn't that far away, maybe about 5 mile distance, maybe a 5 to 10 mile distance from the house I grew up in. So my first, and I was an adult at this, in this dream. So my first thought was I gotta let my mom know, hey, the tornado's headed this way, that we need to probably take cover. And it seems like it's coming this way from how fast it was going. I mean, it just wasn't a funnel. I mean, it was wide, and I mean really wide and really traveling. It was so fast. By the time I got around the corner to come back up to my house, the tornado had already met up on my street, hit my block, destructed every house on that street, that block, but did not tear down my former residence. It tore some paneling off, but the bricks still there. Everything's still standing. Some houses, some of the bricks came, was destructed in that path of the tornado, but it was partial homes there. It wasn't a full, house. It was destructed. So that was an interesting dream. Moving on to extreme weather. Anybody been like super hot lately? And when it rains, it's raining like torrential rains. I mean, like a downpour out of nowhere, like just consistently. And the lightning that's striking. Back in the day, the lightning would strike. No one would be too fearful or where it would strike at. But lately, when the lightning's been striking, it's been hitting places like right next to you, right in front of you, in full sight, in plain sight. And it's like, what's up? What's up? And I believe that's the Lord's wake-up call, trying to let people know I am who I am. And I don't think the message is getting through to a lot of the unbelievers and those who question God, because they look at the weather as a natural phenomenon and not anything that the Lord is orchestrating so that we can see that he's in full power. Now, I was outside and met my husband when he came home, and I went outside and it started raining, which was fine. And I live in Florida. But however, the rain just came down in abundance. Like you couldn't even see in front of you. That's how bad it was. And then with the lightning striking, it was striking around the buildings, around the tree areas, in the parking lot. And it made me wonder, shoot, I need to take cover. Something just flew on my window. So anyway, I need to take cover. And I was like, that was like too close. Like I could have been struck by lightning. That's how close it was. And I've been noticing the time frame of this weather extreme. It's been coming around 6 p.m., between 6 and 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm just like, what's up? My husband called, hey, I'm going to try to make it home, but the weather is really bad. We can't even see in front of us. It's that bad. And I know Florida gets its weather, but the amount that is going and the intensity and frequency that is coming is starting to place my mind on rapture, on tribulation, on end time, on its time. And I look at that as the Lord saying, it is time. It's not the end anymore. It is time. And I'm trying to wake everybody up to let them know, because it's not just here in Florida. Michigan just was faced with an earthquake in Monroe County at a 3.1 on a Richter scale. Normally Michigan don't really get earthquakes, and not frequency, but it's been happening a lot lately. And then they had a tornado come through that register on the UGG scale, and it went through several counties. And that's another weather phenomenon that doesn't happen on a regular basis. But lately, Michigan has been getting extreme weather, extreme cold, extreme snow, extreme heat, extreme earthquakes, tornadoes. North Carolina was impacted by a hurricane. In areas where hurricanes don't normally happen, the rains have been coming down in extreme amounts. And with that being said, this is just a wake-up call. Then take a look at Virginia, who had that flash flood turned into a stream flood in several of their cities or counties. I can't really remember. They said counties or cities, but people, they're still trying to locate people. They're not saying that they're dead, but they are missing. And because there are not many electricity, they're saying that they're probably not able to communicate with anyone. The reason why they're not finding these people, but there's massive amounts of people missing there. So you have to think about it. It's not just weather phenomenon that's happening. It's not just climate change that they're trying to say that it is. You guys got to look past that, and you got to think of the maker of the world and universe. Hey, this got something to do with him. And so last but not least, I wanted to talk about this occurrence that's going to take place. It's a new gaming system at Icon Park. Now, we noticed lately that there have been having extreme cases of mass shootings, and it's not just focused in one targeted area. It's in different populations in different states. It's just happening across the world and in abundance. And people are targeting anybody at this stage. They don't even have a motive to who they're trying to kill. It's just the fact that they're trying to kill. But Icon Park is going to soon welcome a gaming system called Target Shooting. And what you need to do there, this is crazy because it just popped up on the news today, and I read some of it. I didn't read all of it, but I was just shocked, because I'm like, with the amount of mass shootings taking place, why are you guys going to introduce a target shooting game? And this is what's ironic about it, is that you're going to be at a high level inside of this building. You're going to be facing the window to the outside population. The target is that Ferris wheel across in the Icon Park on the International Drive. You have to shoot as many of those Ferris wheel compartments, and the person with the most number of shootings, they win the game. Now, why would you unconsciously program someone to start practicing target shooting to a Ferris wheel with people, even though it is a game? But how many people are going to go and see how accurate they are? And you're going to get a lot of people put in their minds that if I can do this, what else can I do? And this is crazy out here. Why is the environment, the economical system, the government, the state, the federal, whoever it is that contributes to welcoming games like this, why aren't they booting this? Why is this a game that they're thinking about implementing, putting on International Drive in Orlando, Florida, and making it a recreational game, when we have all these mass shootings taking place? Question. Why are you trying to help people learn how to target practice for fun? What are you doing? So this system is all screwed up. This system is out of whack. So we all got to know that the Lord got to come back. He's got to come back. And when I say he's got to come back, he's got to remove the church out the way so he can implement all of the wrath that he's going to do for all these people who's thinking that this stuff is okay. We're not just going to talk about that. We're going to talk about gender, changing genders. We're not going to just talk about that. We're going to talk about abortion. We're going to talk about everything. So think about everything that just happened within the last 2 years since COVID took place. Think about all of this stuff that just happened since the start of the disease, that the pandemic, and what has happened since then up until now. What about the Abrahamic house, where they're going to tie in all religions together to worship under one collaboratory, coexist environment? But they still have their separate rules, but we're coexisting together, and we're under the impression that I guess we can say we agree to disagree all under one roof. Let's just put it like that. That's supposed to open up this year as well. So Biden's over in Israel. He's trying to develop or sign paperwork, or he has signed paperwork for a 2-state separation with Israel and Iran. You can't make none of this stuff up. There was a question before. Someone asked, if the Bible is true, if it is true, how do we know that? And my reply was, because the things that are transpiring are happening that the Bible foretold before this generation even got here. Before previous generations even got there, this stuff was already predicted. However, their rebuttal to that was, if this book was written so many years ago, how do you not know that the government and whoever else have already probably read this and making it look like this stuff is coming to pass? But they're just following what the Bible say to make that Bible look true. And I said, and once again, if they are, it turns out that the Bible is true. No matter how you look at it, it is true. If you making it to be true, or if it was already true from the beginning, it turns out that the Bible still is truth. And truth shall set you free. So now you know what they're going to do. Even if they pre-plotted and pre-planned it, they're still doing it. And it's still falling into play. So regardless of how you look at it, the Bible is true. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, comments, if you have any criticisms, I welcome them all. I try to answer everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. Share this video for more input or insight into it. And I thank you for your time. Divine 219 Lady.